Tune into Nice Radio every Saturday at 7:30 a.m. for A View from the Outside, hosted by Brereton Horne. A View from the Outside takes a look at key issues affecting St Vincent and the Grenadines and gives a global perspective on how these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear A View from the Outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on Nice Radio for A View from the Outside.
This society needs a spectacle. It might help us to see some evil. This society needs a spectacle.
On A View from the Outside this week being the 22nd of July 2023, we look at mass murder. And we begin by expressing deepest condolences to the family and friends of those who were gunned down and killed in a mass shooting in Kingstown, the capital of St Vincent and the Grenadines, on the evening of the 19th of July 2023. The Black's Law Dictionary defines mass murder as a murderous act by which a criminal kills many victims at or near the same time, usually as part of an act or a plan. And the Encyclopedia Britannica, quoting US federal law, defines mass murder as the killing of 3 or more people that is not legally justified or excusable in a single incident at a single location. Those definitions tell us that mass murder is the murdering or killing of many people, 3 or more, usually at the same time and at the same place. The definitions tell us that mass murder is usually something which happens as part of one act. And the definitions also tell us that mass murder is usually planned. It is in the context of those definitions and the events which unfolded on the evening of the 19th of July 2023 in St Vincent and the Grenadines, where 5 people were shot and killed at the same location in Kingstown, the capital, that we, here on A View from the Outside, cover this topic today. Just after 8 p.m. on Wednesday the 19th of July 2023, there were videos circulating on social media of a mass murder or killing which took place in Kingstown, the capital of St Vincent and the Grenadines. Such a thing has never ever occurred in the country before. In some of the videos, the sounds of gunshot could be heard ringing out as if on a battlefield in some war-torn country. The news broke soon thereafter that multiple people were shot and killed in the same location on the streets in Kingstown. It was a mass murder, and it was the first of its kind in St Vincent and the Grenadines. People with military training have analyzed the gunshot sounds for us and have described them as the kind of sounds which emanate from fully loaded automatic assault rifles and large caliber handguns, weapons of the type which are commonly used in battle. The mass killing brought shock horror to the people of St Vincent and the Grenadines. In fact, it brought shock horror around the Caribbean and around the world. And that is a situation which one hopes is the last of its kind and never to be repeated in St Vincent and the Grenadines. It is reported that those 5 killings bring the number of homicides or murders in the country in 2023 to 35. That number, 35, is just 7 short of the record which occurred last year in 2022. With this being the month of July, and with the number of killings or murders mounting up and already at 35, it seems reasonable to assume that the country is on course to ignominiously break last year's record of 42. People inside and outside of the country are extremely concerned as the numbers continue to mount up. Whilst we, here on A View from the Outside, acknowledge the technological age that we all live in, where everyone has a camera and a recording device on their mobile phone and are keen to film and record, we ask our people to be more sensitive, to show restraint, and to limit the sharing of those gruesome images. The impact of those on family members, especially, could be quite traumatic and devastating. As the killings in the country mount up, the Commissioner of Police and the Prime Minister and Minister of National Security have been trying to convince an extremely concerned population that all is well and that they will get to the bottom of the mass murder or the mass shooting and bring the perpetrators to justice. The Commissioner's utterances, however, seem to tell a different story, far removed from all being well. Because it is reported that he said that the police are expecting reprisals, retaliation, or revenge on behalf of those who died in the mass shooting. How can telling the nation about reprisals, retaliation, or revenge signify that all is well? The Commissioner is also reported to have said that the police have intelligence or information that the shootings in the country are from among a small group of 100 people, and that the feud which led to the shootings or the mass shootings stem all the way back to 2014. Those utterances have raised a lot of questions. When did the police have that information? If they got it before the mass shooting or the mass murder, why was nothing done before? What has been done since 2014 to manage and mitigate this situation that occurred? If they got that information since the shooting have occurred, why have there not been any arrests to date? With the mass murder being the first of its kind in the country, has assistance been sought from around the region or further afield to get to the bottom of it and to bring the perpetrators to justice, as they said? When the Prime Minister addressed the nation in what seemed like a social media video with quite a bit of chatter in the background, he said that he was in Greece on an official visit and he urged the nation to be calm and not to panic. He went on to theorize that, quote, the fascination with guns mixed with drugs and other matters of vanity, unquote, are responsible for what has been unfolding in the country. He said that they will get to the bottom of the mass murder and bring the perpetrators to justice. The question is, will that take place? There are many who, in the absence of any evidence, do not subscribe to his theory about fascination with guns and all the vanities he mentioned. Many are saying that the words contained in the statement of the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security seem rather hollow and that they do not inspire confidence in the people. Many are asking how and when are they going to get to the bottom of it, and how And when are they going to solve it? Simply saying that you will get to the bottom of it and bring the perpetrators to justice only leave a massive void in the confidence baskets of Vincentians. That mass murder that took place in Kingstown last Wednesday has shattered many lives and has had and continues to have far-reaching effects. 5 people, including a 13-year-old boy, a student, and promising young footballer, are dead. Many witnesses, no doubt, have been left traumatized. Many families are shattered. The cries of these families are ringing out. Relatives and friends are left to mourn. And the rest of the country remains on tenterhooks and on high alert. That high alert extends beyond the borders of the country, especially with St Vincent and the Grenadines heavily invested and dependent on the tourism industry. Tourists need confidence that a country is safe before they choose to visit. St Vincent and the Grenadines is referred to as the killing fields, and many question when and whether the killings will abate in the country. Surely that is an image which St Vincent and the Grenadines can ill afford. It is an image which needs to be put right in the interest of peace and security and the development of the country. Many who reside at home in St Vincent and the Grenadines say that things are grim and that they can only hope that things get better. It is here that we, on A View from the Outside, call on those in authority in the country, for as long as they remain in authority, to live up to the responsibility bestowed on them by the vote of the people. To give the people of the country, and those outside also, something positive to look forward to. They have a responsibility to inspire confidence and to make people feel safe and secure. If they are ill-equipped or incapable of doing that, it means that they have overstayed their welcome. What support, apart from offering to pay for funerals, is being offered to the family and those impacted by the events of the mass shooting or the mass murder? Is counseling and other professional help available for them? That is what is needed at this time. It is the fervent hope from us here on A View from the Outside that such an occurrence never ever happens again in St Vincent and the Grenadines. One mass murder is one too many. The people of St Vincent and the Grenadines deserve much better than what they are made to endure. The Prime Minister gave a statement from Greece. That is not good enough. In this time of crisis, he needs to end his trip and get back home to St Vincent and the Grenadines and bring the situation under some semblance of control. Until next week, this is Brereton Horne with A View from the Outside, with a reminder to send your feedback as usual to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. You can also get us on Facebook at A View from the Outside and on YouTube at A View from the Outside. Have a pleasant Saturday. Have a wonderful Sunday. and have a productive week ahead as we all hope that the killings abate in St Vincent and the